Okay, we're ready for part 2, In Search of Lord Balfour. Who is he? He's a former Prime Minister of Great Britain, and he's one of 4 non-Jews on a plateau, as it were, of honor, which was given to them by the nation of Israel. First is Koresh, or Cyrus, then Lord Balfour, then President Harry Truman, and believe it or not, fourth is Donald Trump. We'll get to that. But for the footage today, we wanted to travel to Scotland to see if we could track down his grave. I went on the internet, did some searching, found out approximately where he was buried, and so we took off. Our colleague, Sister Annette Britton, and Brother John Noel as cameraman. So what you're about to see is some raw footage, as it were, quickly put together to give you a feel as to this trip and what it meant to us to go up there in search of him. As Brother John points out, Brother Mole, this was a 900-mile trip. We did it in a day. We went on this high-speed bullet train and filmed and came back. But the way the doors opened up there, I'd like him to tell you. So I'm going to step aside now and leave room for Brother John.
Well, from the very beginning, I really believed the Lord blessed, because whilst we was travelling on the train, was expecting a packed train, but the train was quite empty. We found comfortable seats, and it was a high-speed train. We were travelling at speeds of around 120, 125 miles per hour. Now, it was an overcast day. We was hoping that there wouldn't be any rain, driving through the rolling hills. And once we reached near to the church where we expected to find Lord Balfour's grave, once we reached the graveyard, we soon realised that we couldn't find the grave. And at that point in time, Elder Mold managed to find one of the locals, and it was amazing that he was there at that time, because it was really quite a remote location that we went to. And whilst he was there, he managed to let us know where we needed to go to, and it was only a few yards down the road, thankfully, because it could have been many miles away. Once we got to the place that we were supposed to find the grave, then again the Lord opened the way, because we basically had turned up to a private place unannounced, and Chauffeur was so kind is that he said that he would make the way for us, prepare the way, soften the ground, because we were visitors. And he went to the owner of the site where Lord Balfour's grave was, and he asked if we could actually spend some time there. And when he came out, he was a little bit ruffled, and we thought that he would turn us away, but he went back inside, and I thought, well, we may not have the time to go there. I didn't want all that trip to be for nothing. We prayed, and he came out again the second time, and I spoke to him with the chauffeur. And he went back in again. Again we prayed, and we asked the Lord in our minds to make the way, and I asked Elder Mold to come and spend some time and see if he could speak to the person. And when he came out the third time, he had a quick conversation with Elder Mold, and thankfully he came out and he allowed us to visit the graveside. And that was amazing, because we turned up unannounced. It was a difficult place to find. We went to the first place, went to the second place, unannounced, and was given the freedom to actually visit Lord Balfour's grave. And the story didn't end there, because the clouds are really becoming overcast, and the wind started to pick up. It was really howling. You would hear it in the video. And yet again, the Lord held back the elements. He held back the elements for us, and we was able to take the footage that we needed. So it was really an experience. I really felt the power of God there. I felt the Holy Spirit with us, softening the heart of the person who owned the gravesite, and in order for us to do the work that needed to be done. So it's a great experience, one that I'll never forget, and I thank the Lord for this mission trip that we went on.
Well, I can tell you this, we're on a high-speed train. I've never traveled on one before. We're heading up to Scotland, to Edinburgh, to the graveside of Lord Balfour. It's going to be an experience. Our colleague, John, who's holding the camera at the moment, was kind enough to tell me, Elder, this is a high-speed train. It's going to have speeds of over 100 miles per hour. It's Japanese built. We haven't had any crash yet, so let's not be the first. I'm only kidding, he never said that. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward. And over there is Annette, our colleague who put this all together, who introduced me to John. Yeah, there she is. That's it for me. Speed at which this train is moving. Not a plane, mind you, a train. High-speed train. Which is breezing by communities. Breezing by.
You see, we've got docks down there. This is one of the largest towns in the northeast.
I was just saying, we're on the way to Scotland, and look at that. Look at that. That's the closest I've been to the coast. Look at that. It's beautiful. I've never been this far north on this island. Never been this far north, and to think that the sea is spitting distance. It's just beautiful. Thank you.
Bicycles and bikes are right to the station.
Here we are, everyone. Oh, I mean, that's like a snowman. Anyway, looking forward to it. You're named after?
Oh, that I don't know. That I know.
Okay, I've got that, thanks. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's roll in. Yep.
We're at the family, the Balfour family, and I should tell you that getting in here wasn't the easiest thing. You normally need permission to get in. But we prayed. We went to the wrong place first, but the Lord was good and guided us. A man came along, told us how to get here. We followed his instructions. We did indeed get here. Here's the family plot. The number of graves up here. In fact, why don't you walk with me a minute? Walk. Over to the right. Come on, still alive. There's moss. There's moss on several of these. One that said, this one. And I believe this is the correct one. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Not all of them have the name Balfour. I wanted to bring you here. Out of the mouth of President Netanyahu, he said there are 4 non-Jews who have been thus highly honored by the state of Israel. It started with Koresh. President Harry Truman is in that list. And the second or third, Lord Balfour, even number 4, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, because the embassy of the United States from Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, signifying Jerusalem is the capital of the nation. There's been a constant tug of war for maybe 20, 30 years, maybe longer, granting Jerusalem sole Arab control. Trump said yes. He shifted the emphasis. He's among the 4. Highly, highly esteemed. This is it. This is it. President Trump's still alive, everybody else is no more there. And we came.
wanted to see with that. Thank you.
Thank you.